There is a habit that millions of men over 40 still do every day. Secretly, they believe that it helps them sleep better, reduce stress, and maintain their form. But few people expect that, if done incorrectly or too often, that habit can cause your prostate to become clogged, inflamed, and gradually lose its ability to recover. There are no obvious signs, no pain, but it silently makes you urinate more at night, reduces libido, and causes unexplained fatigue. So, after all, is masturbating every day good or bad? This video will give you the exact answer, not based on emotions, but on clear biological mechanisms and practical experience from hundreds of patients. In particular, the third change in the prostate, if you understand it in time, can prevent unpleasant symptoms that most men only discover when it is too late. 1. The prostate actually decompresses after each ejaculation, but what happens when you do it too often? When you orgasm, the level of the hormone DHT in your blood drops slightly. This is the hormone that is directly linked to prostate overgrowth. The benefits of temporarily reducing DHT are clear. Reduces irritation of the glandular tissue, prevents mild enlargement, avoids long-term blockage. But if you ejaculate every day, even multiple times a day, the endocrine system is forced to constantly reset, and it is this repetition without a break that causes the testosterone production axis to malfunction. The usual signs: you feel weaker even though you haven't done much. You sleep less deeply than before. You get irritable, lose concentration, gain belly fat, and, strangely enough, your desire decreases even though you are still doing it regularly. At this point, the body no longer recognizes what is physiological release and what is hormonal overload. The prostate gland, although small, is the place that reflects that rhythm most clearly, and that is just the hormonal surface. Let's go deeper to the part that almost no one mentions. 2. The pelvic floor, the core of urinary control and sensation, is also tensing up every day when you ejaculate. The pelvic floor muscles and prostate will contract rhythmically. This not only helps push the fluid out, but is also a natural way to increase blood circulation. Cleaning the glandular tissue, like flushing the duct, if done regularly, at the right time, it is very good. But if you flush too much, too strong, continuously, the surrounding muscles will begin to react by stiffening and feeling tired. Young people can recover quickly, but for men over 50, the recovery time of this muscle group is longer, even leading to symptoms such as difficulty urinating, frequent urination, always feeling not finished after going to the toilet, heaviness in the lower abdomen. Hard to describe, but makes you feel uncomfortable or damned. The dangerous thing is, most men think due to age, not knowing that the problem lies in the repetitive habits that the body has not yet adapted to. When the muscles and hormones are stretched, another part of the prostate also speaks up. The part that few people know about, but plays an equally important role. Local immunity. 3. The prostate is not just a secretory gland, it also has its own defense system. Very few people know that in the prostate there exists a special form of immune activity. Because this is a nutrient-rich environment, it is also a place where dead cells, excess proteins, and waste products are easily generated. The only way to remove them through each ejaculation, regular but not urgent. When you maintain a suitable physiological rhythm, the body will eliminate impurities, making the prostate cleaner, less likely to have a mild, prolonged inflammation. But if you do not give the body time to recover between ejaculations, the local immune system will begin to be disrupted. At this point, the prostate falls into a state of smoldering inflammation, even though it is not swollen, not hot, not feverish. You only feel pelvic heaviness, tiredness after urinating, difficulty sleeping. Waking up in the middle of the night. Tests may not detect anything, but you know clearly your body is responding with stagnation, not as flexible as before. All these changes may sound theoretical, but they are not far-fetched. I have met many people like you, and one of the most memorable stories is David's. David, who almost lost himself because he neglected a very human Need David, 65 years old, used to be a construction supervisor in Nevada. Strong, resourceful, used to be a tireless person. But, in recent years, he felt like he was aging for no reason. Frequent urination at night, difficulty sleeping, mild discomfort in the lower abdomen. And strangely, he felt detached from his own body. After asking carefully, I discovered he had completely stopped having sex for nearly 10 years, even with his wife. The reason: men are old. Why worry about such things? It's strange to say. We started with the smallest steps. Let him exercise gently, adjust his diet support with herbs, and most importantly, encourage him to restart a habit that he once thought was childish: gentle ejaculation 1 to 2 times a week, following the rhythm of his body. 4 months later, PSA decreased slightly, sleep improved, and mood completely changed. Doctor, I didn't expect such a small change, but I felt like myself again. Ideal frequency, according to age, for the body to recover and the prostate to be healthy: ages 40 to 49, 3 to 4 times week; ages 50 to 59, to 3 times week; ages 60 plus 1 to 2 times week, depending on physical condition. You don't need to try. You shouldn't hold back either. Just maintain a steady rhythm within your strength. Within your needs, the body will know how to regenerate naturally. The prostate doesn't need you to do much, but it will be grateful if you understand it correctly and do it enough. The biggest problem is not physiology, it's silence. Many men are not weak. They are just afraid to admit that they still have needs. They are afraid to ask, afraid to examine, afraid to look directly at a natural part of themselves. But remember, prostate care is not a matter for young people. It is a matter for adults who love their bodies, and sometimes just one small habit, done correctly, can change your health, your spirit, and your quality of life. In short, one small habit, a big change for men's health in the end. The most important thing is not how many times a week you do it, but whether you understand what your body needs and take care of it properly. The prostate is a small part, but it affects the entire quality of life of men, especially after the age of 40. Don't be silent. Don't ignore it. With just a slight adjustment to your habits, you can regain your sleep, comfort, and confidence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue accompanying us in the upcoming in-depth videos on middle-aged men's health. Thank you for watching until the end. Wishing you always healthy, confident, and in control of your body at any age. See you in the next video.